without me. Don't leave without me.
Welcome back to another video, guys, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to customize permissions for Adonis. So here's my Roblox group, but I'm going to make a new game, or I'm going to go into my test game. You know what? Actually, I'll go into the test game, okay? So we're going to open up a test game. Edit in Studio. If you don't already have a game, you're gonna want to have to go here. You can choose group or yourself. So I chose myself. You want to click this blue button that says Create Experience. If you're doing it for a group, you want to go to the group, and then you'll click this button right here, Creations, Experience, and then Create Experience. So we're just gonna go into the test game. Okay, so now that we're in the test game, you're gonna have Toolbox, any other plugins that you have. So I'm gonna close Terrain Editor in Studio Plus, close that. So if you don't have this open on the Home tab, you'll see like Toolbox, okay? So you want to click this to open up the Toolbox. And then if you don't have Explorer or Properties open, you go to View tab, and you'll see these two buttons right here. So Explorer is this one, Properties is this one, and if you open it up and this is off like that, or it's like that, or it's like this, then what you can do is you can drag it over here, and if we want to bring our properties out, we can do this. Oops. So we're gonna drag it to the bottom. See how it highlights? You want to drag it to the bottom of Explorer. So yeah, that's how you do that. And so we're gonna go into our toolbox, okay? Make sure you're on the Creator Store tab, which is like a shopping bag, and make sure you select models. So we're gonna select models, and we're gonna search for Adonis. Okay. So you want to make sure you get the right one. The one that is the real one is the one with the most likes, and it's by Epics Incorporated, because they switched from like profile to a group, so now it's in a group. So you want to click it. It's gonna tell you that it includes a script. You want to click OK, and it's gonna insert this into your game. Okay. You want to click on the drop down, and then you want to click thumbnail camera and press delete or backspace. It'll get rid of that. So now once you have Adonis in your game, if you already have it, you can skip this step. So yeah, this is the newest one. It's gonna, instead of having a folder called config, it's gonna be like an actual configuration file. So you want to click the drop down. You're going to see plugins, themes, API, and settings. So you're going to want to open up settings, okay? So you'll have all these settings, right? So hide script will make it so that other games cannot access the settings. So it'll hide the script when you run the game. And this is the data store. So if you change this like to a different number, or you change it to a different name, then it'll clear the data store. this is a data store key. You definitely want to change this if you're going to publish your game so that there's no vulnerability, so other scripts cannot edit your data store. Because if other scripts have access to your data store, they can literally like delete your admins. They can remove their bans, and yeah, they can remove a lot of stuff. You want to make sure this is true, so whenever you add admins in the game, it'll save those admins. So yeah, you want to make sure this is false. Recursive tools. Okay, so recursive tools, if you turn this to true, it's very helpful. So like, say if you had tools in here, but they're in a folder, so if you have tools inside of a folder, so call this like tools, and you had tools inside of this folder, what this will do, it'll get like the descendants instead of children. So if it's false, it'll only get the children, which means that if you just put a tool, so like it'll only do this. But if you make this true, it'll get the descendants, which means it'll go inside of the folders and it'll check for the tools. So yeah, that's very helpful if you turn that to true. These are your seams. So this is a UI seam. This is for if you're on a mobile device. And this is a default seam. Okay, so here's your ranks. There's moderators, admins, head admins, and creators. Then down here is the permissions. So if you want certain people to have access to certain commands, you're gonna put them in here. So you have to type in the command name. So say ban menu or something like that. Then you're gonna want to put in the name of the rank. So if we put like head admins, and you have to type it exactly like this. You can't just do that because then it won't work. So basically, head admins and higher will be able to use the ban menu. If you want to make it lower, you can say moderators. If you don't include any permissions, then it will set it to default. So you want to play the game. So you press play. Because in order to know what the commands are, you're going to have to play the game, okay? So you're going to do commands, and then you'll see all the commands, okay? So you don't want to include a prefix. So whenever you do this, you want to just include the name. So if we do so if we do like ban menu moderators, then all like moderators and higher will be able to use the ban menu. So if we go in here, search for ban menu, it'll say moderators. See, moderators can open a ban menu. But so can we, because we're a higher rank, so we also have access to it. Now if I remove that permission, I delete this, and I rejoin the game, it will set it to default. So the default for the ban menu is admins. So if you don't set the permissions, everything will be default, and you have to do this for every single command. So as a place owner, there's 488 commands, so you have to go through each and every one that you want to set permissions. Okay? So basically, you can go in here, and each time you add them, so say ban menu, and it's all lowercase, so all the commands are lowercase. So each time you add a new one, you want to put a semicolon, then you want to go down a line and say force field moderators, and then you want to do this, and you want to keep dropping down a line for each command. So yeah, so this is how you do the command permissions. So only these people will have access. If you want to do like where if you want to add multiple ranks, you're going to have to do a comma and then type in the next rank. So now only creators and head admins can kill. If you do this, only creators and admins, nothing in between, above or below. So that means head admins will not be able to kill, moderators won't be able to kill, only admins and creators. So yeah. So when you do this, only those certain ranks can use that command. So that's how you do command permissions. And then we have aliases. So aliases, what that is like you can add like certain parameters for a command. And then ban is like your ban list, so you can ban them from the script. So people won't be able to play the game. These people won't be able to talk. These people can't use commands. Even if someone gives them admin in the game, they won't be able to use commands because they're blacklisted. Whitelist is for like people that can join even when the server is locked. And a music list is like that. This is so that you can like set names for a song ID, so you don't have to type in the ID of a song. You can just type in a name, and it'll play the music. Same thing with the cape list, I believe. It doesn't have a format. Oh, it does have a format. So you can set the name, the material, color, and the ID. So basically you can set all the properties. And then insert list is like what can be inserted in the game. So if it's not in this list, you can't insert it in the game. Waypoints is like teleports, which is a new feature. So you can set like vector3.new. This is like position. So if you put 000, it'll spawn you at the origin. So like in the center of the game. On startup is like whenever the game runs, it will run this command, okay? On join is whenever the player joins the game, it'll run the command. And then on spawn is as soon as you spawn, it will like run the command, okay? Save admins is so that whenever someone uses the command to give you admin inside a game, it'll save it. And then this is load admins from database. So whenever you leave the game and you join back, it will like load all the admins from the database. If you turn this the true, if you make this true, and then you play the game, this the game will automatically be locked, like right when you join. And then this is for like prefix, player prefix, special prefix. So this is for like this. The special prefix is so that you can have an extra prefix. So say if you let me do an example. So say we do command, no, not commands. If we do kill, and then we say others, you're gonna have to put a command in front of, a prefix in front of others for it to work. If you don't put this prefix here, it won't work. So if you leave special prefix blank, then it won't require a prefix. Okay, so then you can do kill others instead of using a prefix. So that's what special prefix does. Okay, and then we have a split key. So if you delete this, if you do that, then that means you have to do this. So we would have to do kill others, like there's no space. So if you do that, then it will put a space. So we'll do that. Okay. And batch key is so that you can do multiple commands. So we can say ff me, and then we can do kill Bob. So yeah, you put a batch prefix so that you can do multiple commands. And then the console key, so whenever you press a quote, it'll open up the console so that you can run commands. Okay. And then this is where you can do custom commands. So this is for custom commands. You can filter it, you can hide it, you can set it disabled, so that means the command won't work. And then you can do command cooldowns. This one's pretty new, so so basically what you would do is you would use this format. Right here is where you put in the command name. So if we put FF, then you would put in the cooldown for the player, cooldown for server. So server is for everyone. So if you want to leave this 0, that means that if one person uses the command, it won't like put a cooldown for everyone. If you do player, it'll only be for that player. So once that player uses the command, then he or she has to wait for a certain amount of time. And cross is for like cross server, so like from other servers. So server is like the current server. Cross server is for all servers. So this, like, if someone runs it in like a different server than what you're in, then everybody in the whole entire game, like this is a global cooldown, they'll have to wait to use the command. So I recommend only doing player so that it's only for that specific player, because then everybody would get mad, they'll rage quit, because when one person uses a command, no one else can use it until the timer runs out. So yeah, and then we have fun commands, player commands, age restricted commands. That is a new one. Age restricted commands. I never seen this before. I think it's when the age guidelines came out, then they added that so that if your experience is like 17 plus, then only those people can use the command. So yeah. So if it's a dangerous command, then it'll warn them before they use the command. So yeah, we have a bunch of new stuff. Oh, and this is for like, um, you know how Roblox added like slash commands, just like Discord has slash commands. Um, Basically, it'll turn all the Adonis commands into slashes, so you can use slash commands for like faster, like to do it faster. This is the ban message, okay? So whenever someone's banned, this is what it will show them. This is like if the server is locked, it'll show them like the reason why it's locked. And then this is for if you do like announcements. Then we have max logs. So this is the maximum logs that it saves before deleting them. And then you can save command logs. So yeah. You can turn this off or on so it won't show if you're an admin or if Adonis gets updated. So that's what that's for. This is song hit, so it'll play like a noise whenever. Hold on. Oh, song hit. So whenever you play music, it will show like in the top bar, like currently playing this song or whatever. So that's what that does. And then we have top bar shift, and then we have messages. So messages. So this is what it will show like head admins and above whenever they join in the game. And auto clean will auto clean the workspace from like hats and tools. This is the delay for the cleanup, and then auto backup. It'll automatically back up your map, so if someone breaks the map, it'll like restore it. Rejail. So rejail. So if the moderator, so basically, if the moderator leaves, then everybody gets unjailed. But if the player tries to join, like, so say the player gets jailed, right? They leave and they rejoin the server, that the moderator is still in there. What will happen is it'll put them back in jail. So it'll prevent them from like getting out of jail. Disable rejoin at max players. Oh, there's an exploit that allows more players than the max amount. Oh, so basically, I think what this will do is if you have this true, whenever the server is full, it will kick the players that are trying to join after it's full out of the server so that you can't have more than the max players. And then this is for the console. You can make the console like admin only, so only admins can use the console. Then we have the help system, help button. I recommend setting this to true. Setting this to false, but having this true. So if this is true, then people can use the help command to call for a mod. But the help button, it like removes that question mark button at the bottom right. So yeah, and you can also set the image ID. I recommend only changing the number because if you get rid of this part, then it won't show the image. Okay. And this is for like donor settings. This is for like HTTP and Trello. And this is for the G underscore API. So yeah. And then we have anti-exploit settings. And that's it. So yeah, mostly this video was about like setting permissions. So for permissions, like I said, you're gonna have to do the name of the command. So FF for force field, and then you want to do a colon and type in rank. So like moderators or head admins or whatever. And you want to do this for each command that you want to change permissions for. And you have to type it exactly like these up here. So it has to be spelled exactly like that. And it's also case sensitive. But you don't have to do the name. You could also do the levels. So you can type 900, 300, and so on. So yeah, you can do that too. But you want to do that for each command that you're setting permissions for. And thank you guys for joining in, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.